Okay, we are going to be starting your What Year Is It project. And after you listen to this video, you need to make sure you come to my desk and draw what year you are doing your project over. So I'm going to start here by reading this to you. It says, the teacher will come around and draw the year from the basket. Now, since I am doing this in a video, you are actually going to come after your video and pick it up. Next, using the internet, find 10 events that occurred within that year. Use a variety of categories. You can highlight historical events, sports related, or entertainment events. You can use music, which would fall into entertainment. So you can use just about anything that happened. Politics, space age, is any advances in technology. So you have a broad range of events. Once you have gathered your research, create a professional PowerPoint presentation highlighting your information. You will need to remember the key facts to evaluating a presentation. Remember, you have to keep it simple. Keep your text readable on screen. Do not include too much text. Make sure your spelling's correct and that your animations and transitions are not distracting but useful. Make sure to include the following components in your PowerPoint and impress us all. Make sure, this is important right here, I'm going to highlight it. Make sure to keep your year that you have chosen a secret. That is important because at the end of your presentation, we want to guess what year you actually had. You do not want your people around you to know who it is, or sorry, what year it is, because you want us to guess. That's the whole point, is you're trying to stump us at what year it actually is. You will be showing your final presentation to the class, so you will be expected to present your project. So in your presentation, let's bring this over here. And here's an example one that I have for you as well. So it says, do all of your research and then outline it in Word. Okay, outlining is very important. Let me show you how I expect you to outline your information. You're going to open a blank document. At the top, you can type, what year is it? Then you're going to click on multi-list or your outlining button. You should know what this button does, and you're going to pick one. The first one is fine. So say your first one is going to be your title of your PowerPoint, which is, let me put, and then you're going to tab with your tab key on your keyboard and type like your name. So then you go back, and to get back you can either click decrease indent or shift tab, and you can do sports. And then say then decrease indent. Now, if you have multiple different parts or subheadings, you can put those in there. But you can continue this part. So let's go back to our outline. It says you must include all sources formatted in a hanging indent format. To do this, say you go to Google and you type in a year, 1980, and say you want to use this website. I will tell you that this website's got a lot of good information. You just have to find what it is. So you decide, okay, I want to use this one right here. I'm going to select it, and you're going to copy that link. Go to ezbib.com. What you're going to do is you are going to paste it where it says Cite Source and click Cite. Tells you what it's found. So then you're going to click Continue. Make sure that you have date accessed on there, and then create citation. So then here is your citation. You are going to copy this, go back to your event or your outline, and what I would do is say it goes with this one. It does not, but we can put it there. We're going to paste it. You're going to select it. Go to paragraph. And it says special. You want it to be a hanging indent, and click OK. You will probably have to remove the numberings to get it to show up. Or you can also change your first line indent marker. Okay, so under each one I want you to copy your source and put it in just like this. Okay, it says you must include a title slide with your name. Here's your title slide. It says what year is it. Everybody will have the same title. The only thing different will be your name. Include 10 different slides from categories and events from that year. So if you look down here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 in my example. So you need 2 more to go in this. So I could go to insert new slide and add a couple more. But for the purpose of the example, I want you to see that you have 8, or I only have 8, you have to have 10. Slide 12 in this case would be slide 10 in my presentation. Slide 12. So up until this point you should have 11 slides. If you do not have 11 slides by the time you get to this point, number 4, you have not done your project correctly. You should have 3 years to choose from, and you can have the correct one and one on either side. You can have 2 in front of it, however you decide to make it easier for or harder for people to guess. These will have hyperlinks. There is another video that shows you how to hyperlink these texts to be effective for the presentation. So it says it needs to be hyperlinked to slide 13 and slide 14. So if I go to slideshow view and play from current slide, notice the animations and transitions. So I'm going to click on 1974. Notice how my pointer changes to a hand. That tells me it's hyperlinked. I'm going to click on 1974. It says you're wrong. Then you have to have a box that returns you to the previous screen, because if I just click, it's going to go straight onto your right. So you want to go back to this screen. So then you'll have 1975. That one is incorrect also. So it was actually 1976. Okay. So then you can get the idea of what you want to do. I do have it in here on how to create hyperlinks, but there is also a video in your file for it as well. Slide 15. which I do not have in my presentation, but slide 15, you're going to create a new slide, and I would do just kind of a slide and content. You're going to put sources, and then you're going to click and add a new source. I would not put bullets in this situation, and you are going to paste your source in there. You can change it so it's a hanging indent, and I would also drop the size down to about 12. The other way to do this is just to tab in so you can see the hanging indent. It is important that you have your sources, because if you do not have your sources, you're considered plagiarism, and I can give you a 0 for that. So make sure that you have your sources. You must present to the class. There is not an option to opt out of it. You have to present to the class. So let's continue down. It says additional requirements. A design theme of your choice. I want the same theme. Notice they did the suns in this one. You have to have the same theme throughout the whole presentation. Transitions on each slide. You can have one transition that is applied to all slides, or use a variety. So you could have each slide come in a different way, or just go to transitions, pick one, and click apply to all. Animations, each slide. Okay, use a variety of entrance and emphasis. Animations, so when you're on this slide and I go to, you're going to notice that everything will wiggle or come in. Okay, so there is some sort of animations that are coming in. You must have a picture or graphic on each slide that goes with the topic. So you should be able to find your pictures pretty easily. You do not have to cite where you got your picture. Okay, you just have to cite where you got your information, not your picture. So, you must have a shape with text on 2 slides that do not include your final slides. So if we look through this presentation, here would be one shape, and then we go through here, and in my example I may not have an extra one because I was doing a quick presentation. So you need to have 2 shapes with text that do not include either on here, here, or here, your last 3 slides. A text box at the bottom of each page that has your sources. Okay, so if you notice at the bottom, it says information components came from this site. And then, let's see if I can find another one. So then you have it like this. If your source, like your URL for the website, has your year, and you go to paste it at the bottom of your presentation, make sure you take out what year it is, so that way they can't see. Remember, the whole point of this project is for the year to be a secret. We want to be able to guess what year it is. So you've seen one example. If you would like to see other examples, if you go to my website, which is sites.google.com/site/Crevens Classroom. It's right here so you can see it. Go down to Computer Applications and scroll down all the way to the bottom. Click on what year is it, and you can choose one of these three that you can open. You can either open it in Google Slides, which is what it's going to do, or you can download it and open it up in PowerPoint so you can see all the presentations and animations. So this will give you an idea of what kind of categories to include. So the final thing before I turn you loose is, where do you save your whole project? You're going to go to File and Save As, and I want you to go to your multimedia folder, and I'm going to go into my folder. You are going to create a new folder and call it what? What year is it? And you are going to save it in there. Okay, you can save the Word document as outline, and then your PowerPoint presentation as presentation, or final project, or whatever you want to name it as. You can name it as your year, but I would not suggest that. And then you just click Save. So now that you have listened to this, if you have any questions, you can come talk to me. But now I need you to come to my desk and pick what year you are going to do for your presentation.